The Semiquincential Blues for Gil Scott-Heron. I was wondering about our yesterdays, and I started digging through the rubble, and what I found was Gil Scott-Heron's Bicentennial Blues, and he'd gone to a hell of a lot of trouble. To tell us something 50 years ago the country wasn't ready to hear, America had the blues, he said, because it provided the atmosphere. From Watergate to Gerald Ford, to Henry Kiss Your Life Goodbye-inger, he warned us what the country had in store. From Skippy Carter to Ronald with his ray gun, he knew where the problem was, but too many thought the struggle was done. He wasn't just naming names, he was naming the disease. He told us about the winter in America, and 50 years later, we're still living through the freeze. 50 years later, America celebrates once more, a semi-quincentennial year, but the nation's still at war. A war on Iran, a war on Gaza, a war on immigrants, a war on teachers, a war on gender, transformation, transportation that is free and fast, a war on the right to choose. Same atmosphere, America's still got the blues. The celebrations this time are so far gone. This year, they built a cage on the White House lawn so the emperor could watch his gladiators bleed, insisting brutality is liberty's creed. Fighter jets, fireworks, fists, flags, fear, fascists, Fortune 500 motherfuckers. Freedom was the only F word missing. Liberals called the cage match crass, but what better way to party like it's 1776 than by kicking somebody's ass? That's how the nation got its start. The cage match wasn't the embarrassment. It was the honest part. America was born from a womb of burning villages and countless tombs, of stolen bodies and stolen lands, of chains and muskets and blood-stained hands. It's a semi-quincentennial year. A year of national importance, a year of white nationalist importance, a year of patriotic pageantry and performance. From Jefferson to Jeffrey, America's blues won't let me be. The nation acts shocked by Epstein's list, but 14-year-old Sally Hemings' story should remind us this. A man who preyed on a child helped found this nation. Jefferson didn't need an island. He had a plantation. It's a semi-quincentennial year. They call it semi because that's all they could deliver. Semi-life, semi-liberty, semi-happiness, semi-created equal. While Freedom 250 Mobile Museum semi-trucks roll 16 wheels right over the truth. Honk if you loved enforced forgetting. It's the 250th blues year. It's a blues year for librarians smuggling in books. It's a blues year for teachers practicing fugitive pedagogy. It's a blues year for students having to walk out against ICE. It's a blues year for Mumia Abu-Jamal still looking for justice behind prison walls. It's a blues year for Mahmoud Khalil looking for the right to speak. It's a blues year for Rumeysa Öztürk looking for the right to write. It's a blues year for babies before their second birthdays. Police came for a shoplifting call, but ended up shoplifting Cohen Wiley's life. America's been shoplifting for 250 years. Shoplifting healthcare, shoplifting housing, shoplifting education, shoplifting yesterdays, and shoplifting tomorrows. It's a blues year for Liam Conejo Ramos, looking for the right to wear bunny ears. It's a blues year. To settle for anything less than honesty about this semi-quincentennial year would be to steer the semi right over the truth. The truth got by Patrick Henry, shouted, "Give me liberty or give me death," followed by "Give me slaves or my morality." Loved freedom so much he kept it for himself. It got by Trump, spray tan Caesar, MAGA Mussolini. Every speech another act of white buffoonery. Every time he opens his mouth, he disproves white supremacy. It got by Christopher. It got clean by Christopher. He slipped history a Rufo. Now America can't remember what happened to black people or where the blues came from. It got by Elon Musk, smelling musty as an old apartheid regime. Whitey ain't just on the moon, now he wants to colonize Mars. It's a blues year. 50 years later, the atmosphere is still spreading fear, protecting power by screaming that queer folks and refugees and black people are to blame. But Gil Scott-Heron taught us that the blues remembers everything the country tries to forget. And once we start singing the blues with one voice, we'll make the kind of freedom ain't never been seen yet.